Hi, fourth graders. Welcome back to school. For those of you who are back at school, and for those of you who are at home learning, I hope you have a great week and had a great weekend and enjoyed the extra day off. My weekend was interesting. We ended up finding out that we actually have a family of beavers that live across the street from us in a pond. And so I spent some time this weekend photographing them using a nighttime camera, which is pretty fun. And so this is one of the photographs that I happened to catch of one of the beavers. I also took some really cool video of the beavers actually working on a tree, which was fun. So I'll be happy to share those with you later in the week. But today we're going to talk about something called irregular verbs. And irregular verbs are fairly challenging for fourth graders because what happens is we don't use the same way of writing a verb in the past tense like most verbs where we just add an ed. Instead, there are verbs that don't work that way, which is what makes our language super challenging. So what I did here is I did a few example sentences to kind of help explain it to you. And so the first sentence I wrote here, we hoped to catch a beaver on our trail camera. That's something that was kind of present tense, future tense, or I'm sorry, past tense, present tense. We were hoping to catch the beaver. The next sentence, I had to change catch to caught in order to say that, yes, we were successful in the past tense. We caught this beaver on our trail camera. Another example, we hoped he would come up on the shore so we could take a picture. That was what I wrote before in the past or in the present, as we were hoping he would come up so that we could take his picture. He did come up. So I wrote, he came out of the pond and we took this picture. So you can see how come had to change to came. In that case, the vowel changed. And then from take, we have took. So that word is quite different. Now, when we talk, we don't have a lot of difficulty with our verbs. And a lot of times you talk correctly and speak correctly when you're saying your verbs. However, when you write them, a lot of times fourth graders get confused. So hopefully this lesson will help you understand this a little bit better. So I'm going to go through the pages that you will do this week. The first one, you have a past tense verb match. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at your words in this column, which are your present tense verbs, and you're going to match them with your past tense verbs and write them or type them in the lines next to it. And then you will write two sentences on the bottom using your past tense verbs. Remember, they should be at least 8 words, and make sure you capitalize and punctuate correctly to get your credit. Now, our next page has some information here in which it's giving a little bit more details of how irregular verbs can be different. And it says regular past tense verbs end with ed. Walk is walked. Some irregular past tense verbs do not end with ed, such as run becomes ran, or some of those verbs on the previous page. Also, if you have pronouns like I, you, we, they, he, she, and it, you have to change. It's not as a present tense, it would be I am or you are, but in the past tense, it's was, were, and was for these pronouns, or had would be your past tense verb for those pronouns. So we have our examples here, and I went ahead and underlined the verbs in the sentences. So all you have to do in the boxes is write the past tense verb for each of these verbs. So that should not be too difficult. It looks like I left out a text box here. I will be happy to add that. And then on the bottom here, it says write 4 sentences about getting ready for school. Each sentence should include an irregular verb. So obviously this is going to be written in the past tense. So make sure you do a good job on this. Your writing has actually improved quite a bit. I've been very happy with some of the writing I've seen, particularly since our break in December. And then you have a page in which it says, you have a sentence, and what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite each of these sentences with correct past tense forms of the underlined words. So it's similar to the page that you did before, but as you can see, these words have, had, and were in them. So let's see what you can do there. It should not be difficult for you at all, and you don't have to do any additional writing. And you can type your, I will put text boxes here, and you can go ahead and type in your answers. There is a page here in which you're going to read short paragraphs, and you have to pick the correct word to be in each of these blanks. So all you have to do, you see A, B, C, or D for each of these, you will type A, B, C, or D in each of these boxes. Okay. So remember, past tense verbs are very important when you're writing. Some of you are getting to be really good writers, and I want to make sure that you are getting your verbs correct in the sentences that you write. So as always, if you have any questions, please let us know. And we're looking forward to having another great week in fourth grade. Have a great day. Bye-bye.